In Windows desktop app development, customizing the title bar is a common practice. Here, we'll create a custom title bar based on the appearance and functionality of the default window title bar. Firstly, let's launch Visual Studio 2022 and create a WPF application named Customize Title. After compiling the project, we'll see the default window effect. A white background with a title bar containing minimize, maximize, and close buttons. You can drag the window by holding onto the title bar. Now, let's start the modification. Following the default style, we'll remove the Windows default title bar, change the window background color to deep black. Take a look at the modified effect. Note that there is still a white line at the top edge of the window. We need to adjust the window chrome property to remove it. Now, take another look at the result. The window turns entirely black, and the white border at the top disappears. Next, we'll add a custom title bar with an appearance similar to the default style. Using a grid layout, we'll divide the window into two rows. The top row with a height matching the default title bar, set to 40. And the bottom row occupying the remaining height as the client area. In the first row, a stack panel will manage content for the title bar, horizontally aligned and right justified. We'll add 3 buttons for minimize, maximize / restore, and close functions, each with a width of 30. Next, let's set the button icons. Create a Resources directory to manage assets. And within that, establish an Images directory to store pictures. I've prepared 4 64 by 64 pixel PNG images for buttons and 1 for the program icon. Add these images to the Images directory, and set the build action property of each image to resource. Now, back in the .xaml file, add an image control inside each button. Set the source property to the file path of the corresponding image, and the image width to 20. Note that the image is placed inside the button. Compile and check the result. The button positions should display correctly, but the background is white, which doesn't match the overall black style. Adjust the button background color to transparent, recompile, and check the effect. Currently, it looks good, but the borders seem incongruent. Set the border brush color to transparent and check the effect. The borders have now been removed. However, when the buttons are active, the background turns blue, which looks somewhat unconventional. Gray seems more suitable here. Achieving this effect requires using triggers. Define a specific style for buttons within the window to avoid affecting others. Firstly, define a border style for triggers to use. Then, set up 2 triggers to listen to mouse events. Both triggers modify the button border. In the button, reference the defined style using the style property. Making sure the first letter is capitalized. Check the effect. The minimize button is now achieved. Next, modify the styles for the other 2 buttons and check the effect. Now, all button styles are complete. Next, implement actions for the buttons. Start with the Minimize button's click event, changing the window state to minimized. Compile and check the effect. Clicking the Minimize button alters the window accordingly. Add event handling for the other buttons, maximize and close. Check the effect again. There's an issue when maximizing. Clicking the button again doesn't restore the previous state. Improve the code by adding a conditional statement. If the window is already maximized, clicking again will restore it to the previous size. Check the effect again. Now, the actions are complete, but the icon doesn't change accordingly. Continue refining to synchronize the icon with the window state. Name the image control for reference in the code. Use different images for the button in 2 window states, with restore.png for normal status. Pay attention to the spelling in the URI resource path. Compile and check the effect. After maximizing, the button should change to the restore icon. This completes the functionality of the buttons. The close button is too far to the right and is not fully visible when the window is maximized. Add some space between the button and the right border, aligning it to the left. That should do it. The main window still cannot be dragged. Add support for dragging by handling mouse events. Add mouse event handling for the main window and include drag handling in the corresponding methods. It's quite simple, just one line to implement drag support. Now, dragging is supported. Next, add the program icon and window title. Change the grid's first row content. Wrap the stack panel in another grid, dividing the first row into left and right parts, with the stack panel on the right. The left part uses a wrap panel to place the program icon and title. The title uses a text block, but the font is in black, making it a bit hard to see. Let's switch it to white. Also, the title isn't quite centered vertically, so let's fix that. Let's make the font a bit larger. Set the size to 18. Add an image control with the source set to the previously added icon file. The title looks a bit high, let's adjust it. Also, it's too snug next to the buttons, let's add a 5-pixel gap. Add a property for vertical centering to the text block. Check the effect. It should meet expectations. The window icon on the taskbar is still the default program icon. Add a line of code to set the window icon, ensuring proper resource referencing. Check the effect. There you go. The basic functionality of the custom title bar has been fully implemented. For further adjustments, feel free to tailor it to your needs. If you have any questions about this section, please leave a comment, and I'll try to respond as soon as possible. The source code for this example can be found in the comments section.